series of work called Rocky Sculptures, and these pieces explore the beauty of stone bridges, dry stone walls, rocky outcrops and harbour walls. And this piece that you see here is an example of one of my harbour walls. I want them to be evocative of the landscape and to suggest rocks and stones placed harmoniously together. I want to contrast the highly defined edges with the softness of the adjacent vegetation. And I use blocks of colour to echo the surrounding landscape, the water, the sky. I feel the pieces have a sense of place and of atmosphere. So how I make them is I build sculptures from chunks of glass I've broken up with a hammer. This gives me a palette of colours. And then using my sketches and photos, I build the sculpture's form and I glue it together. Let me be quite clear that there's no glue in this. It just enables me to get the piece all together into the kiln, and then the glue fires away at about 100 degrees centigrade, and the kiln's actually fired up to 860 centigrade. And the sculpture stays in the kiln for about 6 days, so opening the kiln can either be an absolute joy or quite the reverse. So that's an example of a harbour wall. Let me show you another piece that's rather not so heavy. This is a small rocky outcrop. So I try and make the pieces look as sort of naturally formed as possible, or if it's a dry stone wall, to sort of echo the construction of a dry stone wall. So that's a small rocky outcrop. The development I'm exploring now is loosely based on a dry stone wall. So here it is. The colours echo the sort of the surrounding sky and landscape, but this time I'm engraving some detail. Yes, I think you can just see it there. I've been looking at meadow grasses and dry ears of grass, and I've drawn directly onto the surface of the glass with a drill. I work with water to keep the glass cool and to stop the sort of glass powder floating in the air. And then I use enamel paint, which I brush over the whole area and then wipe it all back so that the enamel paint is only left into the recesses and the texturing left by the drill. So it's a form of glass printing. This is my first piece, so it's a preview of new work. It's obviously going to develop. So you can see that this side, this area I've done, and this here. This area here, which is really hard, oh no, I think you can see, has just got the engraving, so I've yet to work with the enamel. And what's rather interesting, I haven't done it yet, but I could also work on the reverse of the piece, because obviously you can see through the transparent glass. You can see there. So I could have a different sort of grass swaying in the wind on the reverse of the piece. So it's very exciting, because it's always lovely to feel that my work is beginning to take a new direction. So I'll be showing more pieces later.